Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well today. So this is my Module 3 reflection video. So we watched the video through deaf eyes. Absolutely love that video, it was super interesting. So what did I learn from the video? I learned a great deal from this video. For example, I had no idea, well, I don't know much about Alexander Graham Bell besides the telephone, but I had no idea that his mom was deaf or his wife. That was interesting. Or that he just had such an impact on the deaf community. I had no idea about that. It was it was negative. Like he didn't want students to sign with one another or marry other deaf people because like the eugenics movement, that was sad. He also influenced a lot of schools to go oral, which I guess nowadays it's like still kind of controversy on oral or signing, but yeah. I guess the reason he wanted to do more oral than signing was because he thought if students signed, they wouldn't want to try speaking. But yeah, I had no idea anything about Alexander Graham Bell besides the telephone, but now I know more about him. I also learned how much like technology has helped the deaf community. It's awesome. We have FaceTime, so now people can like sign to one another. There's texting. I think there's a way you can like call an operator to get like an interpreter. So like when you're talking to someone on the phone, they'll talk and the interpreter will sign so like you can see, so like the deaf person can see what like they're saying. Yeah, there's a lot of cool communication devices out there. Also, I love seeing that couple's house, how it had like that open floor plan so that they could sign to one another throughout the house. That was cool. Oh, and how they had the like light that would blink when someone hit the doorbell. That was cool. Yeah, or the closed captioning. There's just so much cool technology out there these days. I just feel like getting so many accommodations because of technology, and I just keep wanting to learn about it so that I can help all my students out, you know. I loved learning about sign language and the history of it. It was so interesting. I think it's a beautiful language. I also did not know Gallaudet had only hearing presidents for a while. I'm glad they fought for a deaf president. That was awesome to watch. I also loved learning about the different dialects in different parts of the country in sign language. That's so cool. Overall, I loved learning about the deaf community. It was awesome. How will I use this information to inform my educational practice? I will definitely use this information in my educational practice. I will try to get my students who are hard of hearing or deaf the best accommodations possible to meet their unique needs, like an interpreter, closer seating to the teacher, try to make sure the classroom is not too loud, like if they have a hearing aid, learn to maintain hearing equipment, make sure my back is not facing the student when I'm speaking, speak at a good normal rate, not too fast, not too slow, repeat instruction if needed, learn my students' interests. That way I can create fun assignments for my student that will pique their interest. I also want to learn about, more about the deaf community from my student, and I want to learn some signing. That way I can build that relationship. I want my students to know that I care about their education, and I will do my best to help support them through their education. Okay, so focus on preparing students with low incidence disabilities for their post-school transition. I will ask my students what their interests are, what goals do they have for the future. I'll try to figure out the best ways to help my students reach that goal. If they want to go to college, I'll help them get accommodations in college, help them to apply, help them, to maybe try and find scholarships. If they want to go to trade school, I'll help them try to apply to trade school, help them get accommodations in trade school. If they want to find a job, I'll try to teach them how to apply for jobs. Maybe get them a job coach. Let's see, what else could I do for my student? Job coach. Maybe get them accommodations and work. If the student wants to live on their own, we can try to find them like affordable housing that will have, you know, possible accommodations like that blinking doorbell. That was cool. Or like open rooms so that they can sign to people across rooms. A fire alarm that blinks, you know. I will also help my student to find groups in their community to join, like maybe a deaf theater group or just people who hang out in the community and just have good times. That way my student feels connected to the community they live in, and being connected in your community is very important. Whatever my students' goals are in the future, I want to help them to achieve it. I think transition planning is so important because a plan gives an idea of what needs to happen. How do I achieve my goal? Or if you don't have a plan, you kind of like, where should I start? Where do I begin? So I think transition planning is so crucial. Sorry, one second. What topic or topics presented in this video had the most impact on you personally or professionally? I think it was like sad to see how poorly a lot of like the deaf people were treated in the past, isolated or not treated fairly. And you know, it's kind of interesting about, you know, like with the disabilities movement, they were isolated too. It's kind of like, you know, I wonder, that separation just like, it was awesome to see, like, I'm sorry, I'm trying to get my words together, but it was like once they were unseparated, they learned, you know, we have a voice, we should fight for our rights, we're not alone. And I absolutely love that. And it was like awesome because, you know, during this time was like the deaf community was fighting for their rights. The civil rights movement was going on, fighting for the rights. Disabilities movement was going on, fighting for their rights. And I just love seeing, like, when they finally achieve their goal, how excited they get. And, you know, I say, let's respect those goals that like, you know, they fought for that respect. Let's show them respect. You know, let's make sure that the laws that were passed are, you know, being taken care of, and that we're following them, and that we are getting, like, you know, doing our best to help everybody in our community and treating everyone equally. And I just think, I just love seeing that, like just seeing a group come together and be like, you know, we're gonna work together and we're gonna achieve this goal. And, you know, so my goal in life is to make sure that everyone's fighting, you know, doesn't go in vain. I want to help my students no matter, you know, the disability, no matter what. I want to help my students. So I think that's what I take personally. So it was just awesome to watch and just loved it. Very, very cool. All right, well, I hope you guys have a good week, and yeah, bye.